mic working, so that's exciting. But if you can all just find your way to your seats after you get your drinks, I know that's important. Wow, that went quiet fast. All right, so welcome everyone. We're really happy to have such a full house tonight, so I appreciate you all coming out tonight. On behalf of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, I offer each and every one of you a warm welcome to our 77th annual dinner. That's a lot of years. More years than me. You should all have at your tables, in your places, a annual dinner report booklet. If you don't mind just taking a quick second and turning to that centerfold, and we just recognize those people that are honored in there. So Phyllis Jalbert, we all know there's so many things in this town, Jalbert Park, the Outdoor Center, just so many things that she's influenced and impacted. So take a moment and read about her in there, please. And then also for the late Vanette King and Burnett Bowker. These two sisters just thought the world of Fort Kent and did so much for Fort Kent, and they were always together, and it's kind of, to me, sweet that they went together so quickly. So take some time and let's remember them as well and what they've done for us. Also, we have the Chamber of Commerce office also has now a First Mile mainly made company, Maine made and Maine themed store, so you can see some of the items we have there. But if you haven't yet, please take some time and stop into that store. And then Nawaska, I had the privilege to taste some of this wine at our open house at the Chamber office. It is spectacular. So if you haven't had the opportunity to try this, it's located in Clare, right across the border in Canada. So it's a great product. And if you're interested, I say check it out. All right, my script. I'm gonna just give a quick recap of 2024 and what fun we had. So there were a lot of excitement and memories that were created during 2024, so here's just a quick recap. So we had the annual dinner, Easter extravaganza, citywide yard sale, Lagerfest, Boy Fest, coming home weekend, open house, annual arts and crafts, holiday super draw, a mingle and jingle, and numerous ribbon cuttings throughout 2024. So all of these kept our calendars busy, but we had some big changes and some milestones too as well. So we moved, we said goodbye to our space at the town office building and settled into our new office on West Main Street. It's located between Subway and Sheer Perfection. And then our new website launched. We had talked about that last year. We were excited to get that. So now when you search Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, you won't get an error screen. Yay. But you will get a website that is definitely a work in progress due to some transition throughout the year in our executive director position. Our new executive director has had to watch all the training videos and get up to speed on that. So we're still working on it, but at least you'll get something. So we're excited about that. And then we had that transition in leadership too, and I just want to quickly talk about how I am incredibly grateful to the nominating committee and their swift and dedicated efforts that they worked tirelessly to get put out a candidate search and do that quickly and professionally. And we welcomed Lana Malyak as our new executive director. So please everybody welcome her. So I'm super excited about this year because I don't have to be the president anymore. So I think we're gonna have lots of new great memories and growth and have some more fun, so buckle up. So at this time, I get to pass this all over to our very own Macy Thibodeau and Nicole Jondro as our mistresses of ceremony for the evening. Macy and Nicole?
Nicole's gonna join me in a bit.
Perfect. Do I have to slow it here?
No? Good evening. Nicole's going to join me a bit later to present the awards. Welcome everybody to the 77th Greater Fort Canaria Chamber of Commerce Annual Dinner. If you don't know me, my name is Macy Thibodeau, and on behalf of the Greater Fort Canaria Chamber of Commerce, we offer each and every one of you a warm welcome. Please stand as Chanel Rosignol will perform the U.S. National Anthem and Samantha will perform the Canadian one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, what ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? What a land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. Quand ton bras s'est porté des pays, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Chanel and Sam. I now call upon Father Alex to deliver the invocation.
Dear friends, I represent St. John Vianney Parish on behalf of our pastor, Very Reverend Father Jean Paul Labrie. I bring his blessings and his wishes, greetings to all of you for this gathering today. I am a missionary priest. I come from India. I am the assistant priest to Father Labrie in this parish. I've been living here in this area or in the county for the past 10 years and past 8 years in the valley. I always admired at Fort Kent. I wish that I wanted to come here and serve someday, and I'm very grateful to God for giving me an opportunity to come live in Fort Kent and celebrate Mass here and serve this community. What I observed was the unity among this community. So we can see that everywhere. People together, families support each other, businesses supporting each other, and communities supporting each other. That has been a very big inspiration for me, what I learned from Fort Kent. As when I leave from this place, I will take that message, the work ethics, the unity, supporting the community. I have a little passage from a reading from the St. John Gospel. And this is how Jesus prayed to the Father. Father, I have given them the glory you gave me, so that they may be one, as we are one, I in them, and you in me, that they may be brought to perfection as one, that the world may know that you sent me, and that you loved them even as you loved me. Father, they are your gift to me. I wish that where I am, they also may be with me, that they may see my glory that you gave me, because you loved me before the foundation of the world. Righteous Father, the world also does not know you, but I know you, and that they know that you sent me. I made known to them your name, and I will make it known, that the love with which you loved me may be in them and I in them. At this gathering, we invoke the blessings of God, that God may bless our love and friendship and the spirit of community, that we may continue to support one another. May this gathering of seeing one another may help us to grow in our faith, our hope, and joy. May God bless this gathering and bless every one of us who are present here. And we also pray for the people who are unable to join us today. May God bless us and help us to continue to grow in the spirit of unity and supporting this community of Fort Kent Commerce. May God bless all of us. Amen.
Thank you, Father Alex. In a few minutes, our caterer, Sodexo, will assist with appointing tables for the meal where you can serve yourselves. I will ask Mike Roy to come up and just give a brief overview of what will be served this evening.
Good evening, everybody. As we say this every year, 77th year? 77th year. Not for me, but which brings me to, I wanted to squash a rumor that got started by me that I would retire, and I tried that. I ended up remodeling my house 3 times. So I will be back next year for the 78th as well. Thank you. So on behalf of Sodexo and on behalf of the University of Maine at Fort Kent, we'd like to thank the town, in particular the Chamber, for picking us as your caterer. It is our intent It is our determination to deliver quality and excellence, and it starts with good staff members. I'd like to call out those, a lot of work in the last 48 hours for the next 45 minutes has occurred. And so I'd like to start with our general manager and executive chef, Joe Gervais. He is right there. His culinary support, Praise. Wait, Praise, there you go. In my direct staff, I have Chrissy, Brian, Roman, and Tyrese. We take pride in serving you, and we'd like to call out the menu. It's on your table, but I'd like to call out a few additional adjectives to what you're about to experience this evening. So we know we're going to have the market salad. It's already pre-dressed. It gives you all the ingredients. So it's fresh and crisp, and we make sure that we try to bring it to you. Even though we have to transport and do everything we do, we take care to make sure that even the salad, for those of you who want that, is crisp, fresh, and delicious. The roasted vegetable ziti with marinara sauce, the spinach artichoke chicken. It's a tender chicken breast with a blended of cheeses as well, so I want to call that out. Baked stuffed haddock. It is fresh caught coastal Maine haddock. So have some of that. In fact, I would really recommend, if you're a haddock fan, and I know it's Friday, so that's usually important, go for it. The oven roasted herbed red potatoes, those are Aroostook County herbed roasted potatoes. The rice pilaf, the seasoned rice pilaf, the broccoli with garlic, lemon, and freshly baked garlic sticks. So we hope that you enjoy it. We are very much keen to get your feedback on it as well, so let us know. We will be calling tables just to get the crowd. It is a two-sided buffet. The staff will keep it going, and we will try to keep this whole event on schedule. And lastly, the dessert table. When success hits, you decide that you're not going to change. So, tiramisu with the whipped cream and the white chocolate drizzle, and then the strawberry dream cake. Those of you who've gone to events where represent the menu, a talking menu, I would tell you, I would start there, and then if you want salad, you go for it. But I would definitely enjoy the dessert as well. I'm going to call tables. We'll get you going. Two-sided buffet. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. As Mike calls tables, please go up and enjoy the buffet. We will be back shortly after dinner. At this time, we're pleased to have a number of distinguished guests joining us this evening. It's my pleasure to ask the following people to please stand and be recognized. We would like to introduce a few of them. Our 2024 Board of Directors, Tammy Delisle, President. Stand up. Caitlin Valancourt, First Vice President. Myself as Second Vice President. Lana Vizin, Treasurer. Don Daigle, Past President. Nicole Jandro. Jason Netto, he's not here this evening. Lynn Kelly. Hannah Daigle. Randy Belanger, also not here. Amber Moore, also not here this evening. Megan Charette. Connor Pelletier. Susie Parody, and Lana O'Malley, our Executive Director. You guys can be seated. We also would like to recognize some individuals who've had a significant impact on the evolution of the Chamber of Commerce. Any past presidents of the Chamber, please stand to be recognized. It's also our pleasure to acknowledge another group of distinguished men and women. Please stand. Barbara Hazlett, District Director for Congressman Jared Golden's office. Jordan Medor, Director for Senator Angus King's office. Lana Bazin, Town Manager of Wallagrass. Susie Perry, Town Manager of Fort Kent. And Nola Began, Town Manager of Allagash. We would also like to introduce our past Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce Citizens of the Year. Please stand. It is now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Joy Baresi-Saucier. She's the Executive Director of the Heuristic Agency on Aging. Joy began her career as a registered nurse, graduating from the University of Maine in nursing. She later received a graduate certificate in healthcare administration from the University of Maine School of Public Administration and a Master of Health Administration degree from St. Joseph College in Maine. She is board certified in healthcare management as a fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives. Prior to joining the agency, Joy served for over 25 years in a variety of healthcare positions, including patient care, community education, fundraising, project management, and executive leadership. Joy is a board member of Heuristic Partnership, Northern Maine Community College Foundation, County Federal Credit Union, and the Maine Association of Agencies on Aging. She has served as the board chair of the Maine Development Foundation, the Maine Association of Agencies on Aging, and Heuristic Regional Transportation Systems. She is a Rotary Paul Harris Fellow, a past president of the Presque Isle Rotary Club, and a past Rotary District 7810 Foundation Chair. She currently serves as Rotary District 7790 Foundation Fundraising Chair for Maine. In all roles, she remains dedicated to ensuring all Mainers can age well in their chosen home communities. Joy lives in Mars Hill with her husband and have 3 grown children and 1 granddaughter. She enjoys spending time in the Heuristic River paddleboarding in the summer. Winter is for skiing, cooking, and reading, and enjoys learning new things. She is currently, I think I lost my spot here. She is currently tap dancing and playing pickleball, and she absolutely loves to travel to interesting places. Let us welcome Joy Baresi-Saucier.
My technical support is here with me. Thank you, Chaz. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you tonight. I want to start by thanking the Greater Fort Kent Chamber of Commerce for inviting me and for the important work that you do for the community to keep it strong. As I look around this room, I see familiar faces, although probably not as many as all of you see. I see leaders, business owners, community members, people who deeply care about the future of Fort Kent and Aroostook County. And tonight, I want to talk about a future that's unfolding before our eyes, a future shaped by our aging population. First, now before I jump all the way into the talk, I've learned from the best that every good keynote speech starts with a fishing story. In our family, the person who catches the largest fish gets to sit at the head of the table. So, if the amazing woman who reeled this one in is in this room, I hope that she's at the head of the table tonight. Does anyone know who this is? Susie? No? I found this picture on your town Facebook site. I hope she is from Fort Kent. And immediately said to myself, this is a great photo. Not only because of the size of the fish, of course, but because it exemplifies what my talk is about. Creating a thriving community where people of all ages can live their best life. And certainly she looks like she's living her best life. Now, I know that when we hear the words aging population, some might instinctively think of challenges, workforce shortages, healthcare demands, economic shifts. But I want to challenge that thinking. I want to shift our mindset tonight. Because we are all aging, right? I always say we're all aging, and isn't that a good thing? Better than the alternative. What if, instead of seeing aging as a challenge, we saw it as an opportunity? What if we embraced it as a way to build a stronger, more connected, and more vibrant community? Because here is the truth. We can make that happen. We are a community rooted in resilience. We know how to rally. Aroostook County has always been a place where people come together, where neighbors help neighbors, and where challenges are met with ingenuity, both in the past and now. So here's our challenge. In 1940, Fort Kent was a town of about 1,300 people, with 10% of the population over 65. Remember that 10%. And the 40s, by the way, was when my mom was born, in the early 40s, so that just gives me a reference point. So by the early 70s, this is when I was born, don't tell anyone, the population of Fort Kent had grown to over 3,300 people. And the percentage of older people was about the same as it was in 1940, 10%. So if we fast forward to today, 2025, Fort Kent's population stands at about 2,400. But get this, nearly 30% of the population in Fort Kent is now over 65. And in just 10 years, that number may reach 40%. So, you don't really need to see the detail on this slide, but if you start at the left hand, bottom left hand, and go to the top right hand, you're gonna see what I'm saying. This chart shows the results of the baby boom generation, moving through the ages. How many here are in the baby boom generation? Hands have to go higher, because there's got to be more than that in this room. Wow, okay. In addition, so you can see that in the bottom left, you can see the baby boomers in 1970, when I was born, were in the 10 to 14-year-old range. That's that larger line at the bottom of the pyramid. In the middle, in the 2020 column, which is pretty close to where we are now, you can see they're now in the 60 to 69 range, 2/3 of the way up. And you can see in the top right, in 2040, they're going to be in the 85 plus category. So what this shows is the size of the population in Aroostook County by age. So not only are the baby boom generation moving through the ages, in addition, we're now living longer lives. In 1940, the average life expectancy in Maine was 70, and now it's just under 80. Some researchers believe that with continued progress in healthcare and longevity science, living to 100 or beyond could become more common for today's young adults. So, this isn't just happening here. I think we're probably aware of that. Population shifts are happening across Maine, the nation, and the world. This is Jennifer Schuba. When I met Jennifer last fall, she's an international expert in demographics and author of the book 8 Billion and Counting. I met her at the Maine Council on Aging Summit. She made something very clear to me. I had the privilege to sit with her at dinner, which I don't know how that happened, but it was very cool. What she says is that we cannot stop these demographic shifts from occurring, and our ability to even influence them is very limited. Our ability to, she talks about the ability, we really can't influence this by having more children. That will not take care of this issue. And migration will not influence these shifts. And I think that is an interesting fact, because often we think maybe that will help, and maybe it would help. But what we can do is decide how we respond to the shifts. And here's the good news. Fort Kent and all of Aroostook County is uniquely positioned to turn this shift into something positive, because we already have a strong foundation of community assets in place to build on. People choose to stay here, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Yes, we face long winters, and yes, we're in a remote region. But we also have a deep sense of community, natural beauty, and unmatched quality of life. We know this because we asked. Through research and conversations, we've learned that older adults in our region overwhelmingly say that this is a great place to age. Like my mom, who's in this picture with us. Oh, sorry, I'll go back one. Like my mom, who's in this picture with us, she turns 82 this fall. People want to remain in their homes and their home communities, surrounded by their friends and families. And we have the power to make that possible. So how do we do it? How do we embrace this shift in a way that makes our communities even stronger? I propose there are 4 ways to build an age-strong community. We need to focus on ourselves, our communities, our businesses, and our public institutions. First, let's talk about ourselves. We must prepare ourselves so that we can live our best lives as we age. The good news is we have more control over how we age than we think we do. Research shows that people who adopt age-positive attitudes live an average of 7.5 years longer than those who don't. They experience lower rates of chronic disease, better mental health, and a higher life satisfaction. They're basically happier. What we know is that conversations to understand and address our self-perceptions of aging, as well as the many forms of ageism, help us to be more positive. And lucky for us, the Maine Council on Aging is leading the nation in facilitating these power and aging conversations. Now, this is a funny picture. Did you know that in parts of the world known as blue zones, people live longer, healthier lives? Has anyone watched the Netflix special 100 Years and Counting, I think it's called? If you haven't, check it out. It's a great series, I think, or show, and it's also just a fantastic book called Blue Zones. This is Sardinia, Italy. And my ancestry on my dad's side is Italian, from Sicily, so a little bit, still an island, but not Sardinia. Sardinia is one of those blue zones. There, older adults remain active, eat well, like we just did, and most importantly, stay deeply connected to their families and communities, who in turn continue to care for them as they age. Sound familiar? It should. At our dinner table, we were just talking about this. Families caring for families as they age. This is how we've always lived here in Aroostook County. Although older people in our communities are not climbing olive trees, they are active in many other ways. And they are most likely serving as informal caregivers to family and friends as well. I had to use this picture because Alain has known me since I was like this big. The lesson, aging, well, it isn't all about healthcare. It's about connections, purpose, and movement. Let's embrace these Blue Zone principles as we age. The second thing we need to do is continue to strengthen our communities to become more age-friendly. Now, communities that actively plan for aging populations thrive, and Fort Kent is already ahead of the game with the strong senior club you have and the emerging age-friendly initiative. These grassroots volunteer-led programs help create spaces and services that make it easier for older adults to stay engaged and independent. When we make our communities more accessible, whether through volunteer driver networks, community meals, social opportunities, resource fairs, or other supportive services, we make them better for everyone. Let's ask ourselves how we can support and become involved with these initiatives and take action. The third thing we need to do is adapt our businesses to embrace the longevity economy. It will reap rewards. This is Joseph Coughlin, who wrote the book, The Longevity Economy. What is the longevity economy? Let's think about a few facts. By 2035, adults over 65 will outnumber children under 18 in the United States for the first time in history. That means businesses that cater to older adults will thrive. A few more facts to consider. Currently, older consumers control 70% of all disposable income in the United States. They account for 56 cents of every dollar spent in the economy. And by 2050, the global spending power of older adults will reach $15 trillion. Coughlin, who founded the MIT Age Lab, emphasizes that adults of today and tomorrow aren't only important consumers of what you're selling. They are workers, mentors, and contributors to our economy. Businesses that adapt will thrive. Some employers may already be making small changes, like offering niche services, more flexible work schedules to attract workers, or adapting business processes to keep experienced employees on the job longer. One local business leader in Aroostook County told me recently how he now only buys automatic transmission trucks, big trucks. Only buys automatic transmission trucks. And you know why? Because his best workers are older adults. And this change has allowed him to keep them happily employed well after their typical retirement age. And I didn't put comments in here about retirement age, but just consider the fact that when that retirement age was set, was at a time when our life expectancy was not as long as it is today. So that's really something to think about as we think about the future of older workers and how they can support our communities. So, what could your business do to better serve and engage this growing population? Because I promise you, the return on investment's there. On to the fourth thing. Investing in our public institutions strengthens the backbone of our community. Our hospitals, universities, libraries, and community-based organizations like the Aroostook Agency on Aging are the backbone of our communities. They provide essential services as well as social and mentorship opportunities that allow adults to actively engage and age in the community. At some point in our lives, we will all need some level of support to continue to age in our community. Isn't that true? We'll all need some level of support to continue to age in our community. At the Aroostook Agency on Aging, we directly serve 5,000 older adults and caregivers and individuals with disabilities each year through 30 programs. This is something I didn't comprehend when I came to the agency 8 years ago. We have 30 programs to help people, but we can't do it alone. Our core programs rely heavily on federal and state grants, which have not kept pace for decades with the changing population, and sadly, probably never will. Thus, we're seeing wait lists for some programs like Meals on Wheels, with over 250 people in Aroostook County now on that list, 500 statewide. We anticipate seeing more wait lists of other programs as well, unless we receive more key investment in 4 areas. I'm just briefly going to tell you those 4 areas. The first is volunteerism. We currently have 170 actively engaged agency volunteers countywide. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But it's not enough. We need to significantly enhance our programs with more volunteers to meet that growing demand that we're seeing. We have volunteers in virtually every program we offer. Everything from wellness course leaders, friendly visitors, meal drivers, and the list goes on. This is so important to us. We could not do what we do without volunteers. The second thing is partnerships. Collaborations such as the Rotary Sand Bucket Program and our new access points like the one that you have at your library here expand our impact, allowing us to do more than we can alone. If you have a partnership idea, let me know, because we'll definitely take advantage of that. The third thing is donations. Contributions, big or small, by individuals, families like this one, and companies through a newly formed foundation help us to serve more people and develop new services. We know that we must grow our funds to respond to current and future needs. And the last place we need investment is in advocacy. Sharing your voice for policies that strengthen community support for aging well, I should say, like the Older Mainers Act, which is going through the legislative process this year for the first time. It's important. If you're not sure how to do that, if you're not sure how to share your voice, join our Aroostook Civic Academy, which starts again this spring. It's open to adults of all ages. Together, these investments ensure that we can continue meeting the growing needs of our aging population, ourselves, our community, our businesses, and our public institutions. Don't forget those 4 things. So tonight, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging is not a problem to be solved. It's a reality to be embraced. We can choose to see this shift as a challenge, or we can see it for what it truly is, an opportunity. An opportunity to strengthen our communities, to support our local businesses, and to create a future where all generations can thrive together. And if any place can do this, it's Aroostook County, and it's especially Fort Kent. Because we're built for this. We've always been a community that looks out for one another and values older people. And as we move forward, that's exactly the trait that will make us stronger. Thanks for having me here tonight.
Thank you, Joy, for your presentation. On behalf of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, we would like to present you with a token of our appreciation.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's lovely. Thank you very much.
At this time, we'll refer to the annual report for the 77th annual meeting of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce. To conduct the meeting, I call upon Tammy Delisle, our 2024 Chamber President.
All right, members of the Greater Area Chamber of Commerce, as your president, I call the 27th annual meeting to order. I bet you guys thought I would forget this, huh? Let me remind all members that this is a membership meeting, therefore all representatives of the member businesses and associate members of the Chamber, along with the Chamber Board of Directors, are eligible to move an agenda item and have full voting rights tonight. So the first item before us this evening is the approval of the agenda. Please refer to the agenda on page 4 of your program book. At this time, I will enter a motion to accept the agenda as presented. Do I have a motion? Caitlin, and a second, Macy? You thought I'd forget. All in favor? I forget every meeting, the first motion that we approve and move forward, I'm like, all right, second agenda, and they're like, no, Tammy, you have to get an all in favor. So they were thinking I would forget. All in favor? Sorry. Yes, we're good? Motion carried. Item 2 of our agenda is to approve the meeting minutes. Please turn to page 7 of your book. To present those, I call upon our Executive Director, Lana Malia.
I am pleased to present for consideration to the membership of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce the minutes of the 76th annual meeting of the Chamber held virtually on Friday, February 2nd, 2024. Please refer to the 76th meeting minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Lana. I will now enter a motion to accept, as presented, the meeting minutes of the 76th annual membership meeting of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce. We have a motion by Caitlin and a second by Macy. All in favor? Motion carries. The third item of our annual meeting agenda is approval of the treasurer's report. Please turn to pages 8, 9, and 10. For that, I ask Lana, not Lana. Trust me, our meetings get very complicated sometimes. But I will call upon Lana.
On behalf of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, it is my distinct honor to present the membership the 2024 financial report for your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, Lana. At this time, I will enter a motion to accept, as presented by Lana Kazan, the annual physical report of the year 2024. We have a motion by Macy and a second by Connor. Sorry, Caitlin. It has been moved and seconded. All in favor? Motion carried. The next item of our annual meeting agenda is to make a modification from the title of Second Vice President to the title of Secretary. For that, I ask Lana to present. It's spelled L-A-N-A, so we don't know sometimes which is which.
On behalf of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, it is my request to modify the title of Second Vice President to Secretary.
Thank you, Lana. At this time, I will enter a motion to accept, as requested by Lana Malyak, the title modification. Do we have a motion? Macy? A second, Caitlin? All in favor? Motion carried. The next item on our agenda is the election of the 2025 nominated Board of Directors. For that, I call upon Fort Kent Town Manager Susie Parody.
Thank you, Tammy. On behalf of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, it is my pleasure to nominate the following individuals for election to the Board of Directors. Please stand as I call upon you. For 3-year terms, beginning February 2025, Dan Franz, representing Frank Martin and Sons. This is Dan's first term. Missy Morno, representing Pelletier Florist. This is Missy's first term. Catherine Brine, representing K&K Beauty. This is Catherine's first term. These are the candidates for election to the Board of Directors.
Thank you, Susie. The proposed candidates for election of the Board of Directors has been presented. Do we have a motion? Connor, a second. Macy. The candidates have been moved and seconded. All in favor? Congratulations.
Congratulations to all. It is now my pleasure to present for consideration of the membership of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, the proposed slate of officers for 2025. Kindly stand. Caitlin Valancourt, President. Macy Thibodeau, Vice President. Lynn Kelly, Secretary. Lana Brazin, Treasurer. And Tammy Delisle, Past President. I present to you the candidates for election to the Executive Board of the Chamber.
Thank you, Susie. We will now entertain a motion to accept the slate of officers as presented. Do I have a motion? Lana, a second by Megan. The slate of officers have been moved. All in favor? All in favor? Congratulations, all. The final business before us as our membership meeting this evening is adjournment. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Caitlin, and a second. Connor, all in favor? We stand adjourned.
It's incumbent upon the President of the Chamber to report to the membership on the organization's most recent year of service. It is my pleasure to present Tammy Delisle to deliver her State of the Chamber address.
It looks thick, but it's not, I promise. All right, it's me again, so good evening, everyone. Joy, thank you for that address. Thank you for those facts. Thank you for all that knowledge you gave us. And something that I wrote down that spoke to me was that it's not easy to live here, but it's worth it. And I think all of us that serve on the chamber, we see that. That's part of what we talk about at our meetings and what we really carry forth as we do the work for the chamber. And the 4 things you talked about, volunteering, partnership, donations, and advocacy, those are all core pillars to the chamber. So thank you for your address to us tonight. It was great. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. I'm not gonna cry. Promise you that. What an adventure this past year has been. So when I began my final year as president, everything seemed to be rolling along smoothly. It looked like it would be a breeze. A perfect closing to my time in this role. But as any good adventure goes, it was not without unexpected twists and turns. Let me start by celebrating some of our highlights. We had a rock star crew that introduced the Lagerfest in May. This event was a smashing success, and we had great turnout. It was full of energy, and I'm thrilled to say it's something that we plan to continue with the chamber every other year. Committee members, stand up. You need some recognition for that you did. You guys worked really hard. Thank you. So then we moved on to the Ploy Fest, which was another hit. We had an incredible crowd and the weather was perfect. And Lonesome Pine Trails was a spectacular host for us that day. Bouchard Farms, again, poured the giant ploy and it filled the air with delicious smells. The festival was buzzing with music, laughter, we had food trucks, we had some Ploy Olympic field games and a dunk tank. And so Friday was great, but to top that weekend off, the town of Fort Kent also hosted the Moose Lottery. And that was spectacular. So can we give a huge round of applause to all the volunteers and participants who made that possible? It was a great event. We have also brought the community together for events such as the Easter extravaganza, egg extravaganza, the Coming Home weekend in conjunction with the UMFK homecoming weekend, and we've had many ribbon cutting ceremonies. And so all of these events are like threads that just weave together the fabric of our communities. So we are so grateful, the Chamber, we talk about it often, for the businesses and the individuals who consistently step up and make these events special year after year. And this year we got to bring the annual arts and craft back under one roof at the UMFK Gymnasium, and that was a great success, and that committee received a lot of positive feedback, and they have some great new ideas on some improvements and ways that they can make that the best craft fair around. So that really felt great to have that tradition back to how we knew it prior to the COVID interruptions that we had. This year also brought some big changes. Again, I spoke about this earlier, that our office changed. We moved out of the town office. They were gracious hosts, but we may have overstayed our welcome just a little bit. So we are thrilled now to have found a beautiful, quaint new space where we're able to establish a visitor center. It's a space that truly feels like ours, where we can host events, not large events, it's not that big. But we've had some meetings there, and we can welcome visitors to come in and see what Fort Kent has to offer. So if you haven't had a chance, please stop in. There's coffee there, and Lana has great open hours, and she'll be there to welcome you. Another major milestone was the opening. With the new office came also the first mile Made company store. So this is a Maine-made and Maine-themed store, and that officially launched on October 14th. And it was made possible by a grant that we applied for, and I'm beyond proud of this addition. And to support that store, we have introduced a souvenir and store committee to our board, and so I'm excited to see what they bring as we continue with that new venture. But, as I said, with any journey, there are challenges. And in September, we faced a big one. Amber Rankin, our executive director, gave her notice, and she accepted a new role at the Sebago Lakes Chamber of Commerce. We were thrilled for her, but it was an unexpected curveball. We had a store to run, we had a new space to set up, and our largest event, the Arts and Craft Fair, was just on the horizon. So that smooth sailing that I had envisioned ran into some turbulence. We had a lot to learn, a lot to organize, and a lot to plan for, and it seemed a little gloomy. We were patching together office coverage. All of these board members gave up parts of their days, worked remotely from the office. Some of them took on the social media accounts, some of them took over the chamber emails, so that we could have as little disruptions outward facing to everybody as possible. And if you know these board members, it's not like this was the only thing they had in their life or the only thing on their plates that they had to do. So that was really appreciated. In this chaos, we even lost our golden scissors. But don't fear, have no fear. We have bigger, much bigger golden scissors. So if you have a ribbon cutting coming up, call on us, because we got the scissors for you now. Thanks, Lena, for getting those for us. The silver lining in all of this was the incredible support and strength of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, the Executive Board. Dawn, Caitlin, Lana, Macy. So these women were strong and sturdy through the uncertainty and, for lack of a better word, the chaos. Yes, one day I looked down on my phone and I had 72 messages from this group. We communicated a lot. But their energy, their wisdom, and their unwavering dedication to the Chamber and our community kept us moving forward. Together, we navigated challenges, and we really emerged stronger. Dawn has been president and past president, and she's always said the executive board should really meet before. Finally, after all this chaos, we've established that. We're meeting before every board meeting. So, Dawn, you get to go out and see that come to fruition. So this board, everyone's strengths are different, sometimes vastly different. But when we sit down to plan or tackle a challenge or recap events, it's really dynamic. Everybody brings something to that conference room that we meet at. So it's really great. Thank you, Nicole, Hannah, Amber, Jason, Susie, Lynn, Megan, Brandy, Connor, and welcome to the bunch, Dan, Kate, and Missy. As I reflect on this final year, I'm reminded that leadership is not about having all the answers, because I never had them. It's about surrounding yourself with the right people, leaning on each other, and finding those silver linings in every challenge. As I step down from this role, I want to thank everyone, our members, anybody who ever volunteers in this town or these area communities, all the community leaders, and all the communities that make up the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, for making this journey unforgettable. You are the heart. Your passion, commitment, and your belief in this area's potential inspires me every day. So let's continue to embrace challenges, find opportunities, work together to make our community stronger. I wanted to bring my drink up here to cheers, everybody. So everybody raise a glass. Cheers to the next year for the chamber. Caitlin, it's all yours. Thank you, everyone.
You have to present.
You guys have to be sick of me right now. At this time, I would like to present the award given to our outgoing board members with 6 or more years of service. To the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber, 6 or more years of service to the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce. This individual has completed 7 term years. The 2024 Director Service Appreciation Award is presented to Dawn Daigle. For her dedication, nobody is as dedicated. For her leadership, we leaned on her a lot, and her outstanding service for the past 7 years. Wow.
It's been fun.
Don't go too far away.
As crazy as it sounds, I'm gonna miss it.
We're calling her back next year, don't worry.
Is your president's award in there? Down. Is that what I'm doing? Yeah, that's what it says.
I would also like to thank a board member who earned his term with us this past year. He's not with us tonight, but Jason Neto. So if you see him around, make sure you give him a thanks. So at this time, I have to give a President's Award. So Lana said, oh, don't forget your President's Award. And I said, no worries, I got it. But I couldn't give one. So I'm giving 4. And it says here, and it's highlighted here, say something nice about the awardee. Like I wouldn't say something nice, like I would say something mean. Wow. All right. So, my President Awards go to my executive board, Dawn, Macy, Lana, and Caitlin. You are each getting a wine glass, so whenever you're stressed about something and you have a glass of wine, you can think of me. But it says, cheers to you, with each of their names, on the Greater Fort Kent Area President's Award 2025. You truly are exceptional, and I am endlessly grateful. Aww. So to each of you. Thank you. So thank you all. Oh, Caitlin, don't go too far. You can put your gift down. You can come back up. So at this time, it gives me great pleasure to pass the gavel to Caitlin Valancourt and welcome her as the incoming president of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber. The yin to my yin.
I didn't know this is what it entails.
Good luck.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the warm welcome. It is with great humility and immense pride that I stand before you today as the incoming president of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce. I am truly honored to take on this role in an organization that has been a cornerstone of our community's growth and success. As I look at all of you, I see a vibrant tapestry of entrepreneurs, business leaders, and community advocates. Each one of you brings unique talents, perspectives, and aspirations to our collective mission. Together, we are not just a chamber, we are a powerful network dedicated to fostering economic prosperity, innovation, and collaboration. Over the years, our chamber has faced numerous challenges and celebrated countless achievements. We have weathered economic storms, adapted to technological advancements, and navigated a landscape that is perpetually changing. Yet, through it all, we have remained resilient. This resilience is a testament to the strength of our community and the spirit of collaboration that defines us. As your president, I am committed to building on this legacy. My vision for the upcoming year is centered around 3 key pillars: collaboration, innovation, and community engagement. Collaboration. We thrive when we work together. I envision a chamber that not only connects with businesses, but also fosters partnerships across different sectors. By creating platforms for dialogue and collaboration, we will harness our collective strengths to tackle the challenges we face head-on. Whether it's through networking events, joint initiatives, or mentorship programs, let us commit to lifting each other up and fostering a spirit of teamwork. Second, innovation. In a world that is constantly evolving, we must embrace change rather than resist it. As we look to the future, let us prioritize the adoption of new technologies and practices that will enhance our businesses and drive economic growth. I encourage each of you to embrace the mindset of innovation, be it through adopting sustainable practices, leveraging digital marketing, or exploring new business models. Together, we can create an environment where creativity flourishes and new ideas are celebrated. Finally, community engagement. Our businesses do not exist in isolation. We are an integral part of the fabric of this community. I believe that our success is directly tied to the well-being of our community. Let us work to strengthen our ties with local organizations, schools, and civic groups. Together, we can create meaningful initiatives that not only support our businesses, but also enhance the quality of life for all residents. Whether through volunteer efforts, sponsorships, or educational programs, let us give back to the community that has supported us. In closing, I want to express my gratitude to our outgoing president and the board for their dedication and hard work. Your efforts have paved the way for the exciting year ahead. I also want to encourage each of you to get involved, share your ideas, and be a part of this journey. Your voice matters, and together we can achieve great things. Thank you for your trust and support. Let's embark on this journey together, united in our mission to empower our businesses, uplift our community, and foster a thriving economy. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to present Tammy with the 2023-2024 Outgoing President Award. Without Tammy, we would have been a little lost this year, so we're very thankful for her leadership. Tammy? So in appreciation of your dedication, leadership, and loyalty to the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, we are happy to present you with this President's Award. Thank you, Tammy, for your leadership the past 2 years, and congratulations on a job well done. Thank you.
I need to present Caitlin with last year's President's Award because she wasn't here. So congratulations, Caitlin. This was your award.
I will now ask Nicole Jondro to present this year's Chamber Award. We also want to mention we forgot a special recognition this evening. We are joined tonight by Representative Lucian Daigle. If he could stand, we'd love to welcome him tonight. Thank you.
Now it's a party. For those who don't know, I'm Nicole. I will now live in your nightmares. It is my pleasure to present the following. Our first award is being presented today is the Community Advocacy Award. It's to be presented and it honors an organization that has demonstrated exceptional dedication to advocating for change. This organization has gone above and beyond to support many community members near and far, and has taken action to strengthen the resources in the Greater Fort Kent area. Not all success stories have a happy beginning. This nonprofit organization is the perfect example. Born out of grief and desperation and a way to bring much needed recovery services to an area that has seen too many people lose their lives to addiction, both young and old, Danielle Farino founded Michael's Active Recovery. The mother of a child who battled his own addiction during his adolescent years into young adulthood, she has shared the frustration, fear, helplessness, and the struggles of raising a child facing addiction. When Danielle's son Michael died due to an accidental overdose, she made the decision to jump into action and help our community gain the resources it lacks for addiction services. Michael's Active Recovery first project was First Mile Active Recovery, a recovery center that just opened its doors over a year ago. The project operates solely on donations and funds raised through a variety of community education and outreach. The Recovery Center hosts community meals, NA meetings, has youth and recovery coaching, and offers SMART services, along with access to a vast network of support throughout the state of Maine. First Mile Active Recovery opens its doors to tough conversations of the ever-present addiction crisis that our community faces. The recipient of this year's Community Advocacy Award goes to First Mile Active Recovery.
I thank you guys. I don't know what to say. I was not expecting this tonight. It's been a couple of years since I stood up here, and I remember getting a word a couple of years ago, and I said, I'd much rather be home with my kids. My son had just returned from his second rehab. And yeah, I didn't want to be here, and I wanted to be here tonight. And I didn't want to cry tonight, but that's life. It's been very, very hard, not easy, and it's hard for a lot of people. Honestly, I don't know what to say, but we talk about community, and I've heard so many times how strong I am. And I don't feel strong. I just feel like I'm doing what needs to be done. And I don't think I could do any of this without my community. Everyone in the town, my family, my daughter, my husband, and all these people standing here with me. First Mile Recovery would not exist without them. I don't want to talk anymore. So if anyone else wants to say anything, I love all of these people standing with me and everyone else. We have so many wonderful volunteers that make it all manageable, I guess. Thank you, guys.
Our second award for the evening is the Nonprofit Excellence Award. This award goes to a nonprofit organization who opened their doors in 2024 and created a gathering social space accessible to teach and expand creative programming to individuals of all ages. The center plans to open photography, Lego club, home economics, book club, pottery and sewing classes, watercolor for beginners, yoga, herbalism workshops, chess club, business launching workshops, writing groups, tinker club, and outdoor survival skills. Funding for the center is supported through individual, family passes, grants, sponsors, and daily passes. The vision for Rivertown is a friendly learning and skill-enhancing atmosphere for the greater area communities to enjoy. We'd like to welcome this new business and congratulate them on their efforts and success for years to come. Congratulations, Rivertown Community Arts Center, on receiving the Nonprofit Excellence Award.
Thank you so much for this. Community is obviously the buzzword of the evening, and it takes a community to run a successful community arts center. For those who are maybe hearing about us for the first time, we're right next to the post office, and we offer creative programming and gathering space to folks of all ages. And since we opened in September, we've had over 100 programs already, and we have over 160 members, ages 3 months to senior citizens. And our tagline is, community is an art form. And I think we are all creators in this space. It's pretty obvious that we're doing that good work together. So I share this with everybody in this Rivertown. Thank you so much.
The third award of the evening is the Small Business Award. This award is being presented to a small business that opened its doors in 2022 and is ideally situated along US Route 1 in the heart of downtown Fort Kent. The building underwent extensive renovations on both the first and second floors, transforming it into a beautifully reimagined space. Since opening, the restaurant has quickly gained popularity, becoming a favorite destination for both locals and visitors. The owner has deep roots to the valley. He made the decision to relocate to Fort Kent with the goal of introducing a fine dining experience to the area. Owner Randy Belanger also serves as the chef, and together with his girlfriend Lana, They work tirelessly to create an atmosphere where every guest feels welcomed and valued. Their dedication to excellence is evident in the exceptional quality of the food, service, and the overall experience they provide. Lana is notorious for her creative and flavorful specialty drinks, which have received high praise from customers. Repeats. This year's Small Business Award goes to 47 North Restaurant.
Well, thank you to all my customers because we couldn't do it without you.
You're welcome. Our fourth award for the evening is the Longevity Award. The recipients of this award, it goes to an organization that has built a superior service to the greater Fort Kent area and is focused on committing to its members all of this community. This business traces its roots back to September 21, 1952, and opened its doors as a beacon of hope for the region. Built at a cost of $1.22 million in 1950, the facility was operated by a dedicated team of 70 employees and offered overnight stays in a private room for just $11. That is a stark contrast to today. In 1974, the People's Benevolent Hospital transitioned ownership and became Northern Maine Medical Center. Since then, NMMC has continued to evolve, adapting to the changing needs of our communities. Today, it operates a 25-bed hospital with a staff of 446 employees, reflecting its growth and ongoing commitment to excellence. Over the years, NMMC has achieved numerous key milestones, demonstrating its dedication to access, quality, and patient care. In 2015, the hospital expanded its emergency department to better respond to critical situations. In 2019, they broke ground on a state-of-the-art operating room to enhance surgical capabilities. In 23 and 24, NMMC was recognized as one of America's best in-state hospitals by Newsweek, as well as Forest Hill Nursing Homes, rated a 5-star facility by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Most recently, as a result of a very successful Joint Commission accreditation survey, Northern Maine Medical Center was granted Critical Access Hospital designation by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which will enable NMMC to further expand our services to meet the needs of the St. John Valley. Despite many challenges faced by healthcare facilities across the state, NMMC has remained steadfast, launching numerous initiatives and maintaining a strong commitment to excellence. Guided by a robust financial and strategic plan, Northern Maine Medical Center continues to serve the region with resilience and pride, honoring its legacy while embracing the future. Congratulations, Northern Maine Medical Center.
Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I'm deeply humbled to accept this Longevity and Business Award on behalf of everyone at Northern Maine Medical Center. This achievement reflects the dedication, passion, and hard work of our entire team, doctors, nurses, staff, and all our partners, past and present, who share our mission of providing exceptional care to our community. For over 70 years, we've strived to create a compassionate environment where patients are treated with the higher standards of care and respect. This milestone is not just a reflection of our past, but a commitment to continually improving and innovating for the future. Thank you to our patients for trusting us with your care, and to the community for supporting us every step of the way. We look forward to continuing our journey of care, compassion, and excellence for many more years to come. Thank you.
Our final award this evening is the Member of the Year Award. By the idea that I'm up here, it's not me. Our final award this evening will be presented to a business that has focused on revitalization and nostalgia for the community. In 2021, this couple purchased an existing business and made some major renovations to continue being a cornerstone of Fort Kent's social scene. They've worked hard to bring back the nostalgia of the old BJ's for all their customers and revive the community spirit by bringing back the ceiling tiles for the supporting businesses. With all the funds collected yearly, the proceeds are given back to nonprofit organizations within the community. And as a thank you to all these businesses and patrons, they've established a mug club to thank them, their owners from near and far. Besides offering a great cold drink, they offer some great finger foods, all the while enjoying talented local entertainment. Their location defines them as the first and last bar along the US Route 1 corridor, and they welcome everyone with their slogan of good times, one glass at a time. Let's congratulate Andrew, Candy, and their team for their hard work in building a vibrant community hub. Cheers to JD's Tavern as a recipient of Greater Area Fort Kent Chamber of Commerce Business Member of the Year. Yes, clap.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Say something.
I just got told that I was going to pay for this one, so if anybody wants to meet me later, get me a drink for this.
We weren't expecting this. Macy told us that Hannah was getting a President's Award. That's why we showed up here. I want to thank everybody. Thank the town for supporting us. We appreciate it. Thanks.
I also thank you. Congratulations to all of our award winners. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Don Raymond to bestow the highest honor given annually to one of our citizens, the 2024 Citizen of the Year Award.
And now, the grand finale. This is the moment that many of you have been waiting for, the Citizen of the Year Award. This award is given to someone in the community, by the community, for service to the community. It is quite an honor when the recipient realizes that what seems to be so natural to them means so much to the community. The process of selecting the recipient of the Citizen of the Year Award begins with a subcommittee of the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce, inviting the public to submit nominations for who have most been significant in contributing to the growth and development of the towns that are serviced by the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce. Other criteria include a person whom is at least 45 years of age, has made an important impact on the lives of our area people, and has demonstrated continuous service in a variety of service levels, and has not received any personal monetary gain for their effort. A committee made up of past presidents of the award then meet and select the persons they best feel fits the criteria. Actually, if you look on page 21 of your program, there is a list of all the previous recipients of this award, and as you can see, many of them have been here. Many of them are no longer here. Actually, a few minutes ago, we had recognized all the past recipients by letting them stand up, and I wish they would do that right now, please. All the past recipients of the Greater Fort Kent Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year. There are some in this room.
There's someone at the podium.
Actually, there were 3 others, and this year we lost 3 Citizens of the Year. And these were big footprints right here in the community, actually in the whole valley. We lost Lucian and Marie Terrio. And we lost, who doesn't remember, Arms Labby. So to these people, we owe a lot of credit because of their service. Our area is fortunate to have such people on our list. They do more than live in our communities, but they're active parts of the community. They make things happen in our community. They lead by example. Tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce you to one of these remarkable individuals. It's also my honor to announce this year's nomination for the Greater Fort Kent Area Chamber of Commerce Citizen of the Year Award. As we've done in the past, it's always fun to give you clues and keep you guessing as to who will be chosen. And here are the first clues. This individual has not spent their entire life in the valley. Clue number 2. This individual's volunteerism has brought in more than $1 million to the economy of this area. 3. This individual was a coach at one of the valley's middle high school basketball teams. 4th clue. This individual is the past president of the St. John Valley Junior Chamber of Commerce. This individual has written grants for the community organizations as well as for communities. This individual has been involved at the community level as well as the county level. This individual has also been a volunteer at Paws Animal Shelter. Now, these are the general qualifications for this particular, the recipient. Now we'll get to some more specific areas. The next clue, this individual was on the board of the St. Agatha Federal Credit Union. This individual is the organizer of the Youth Fishing Derby during the town of St. Agatha's Summerfest. This volunteer is also a volunteer at the St. Louis Church Restoration Committee. This individual is the treasurer of the Black Bear Rod and Gun Club. This individual volunteers with the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries to clean up brooks and streams. This individual also volunteers his time with the Frenchville ATV Club, the Frenchville Snowmobile Club, the Frenchville Heritage Park, the town of Frenchville, and the town of St. Agatha. But perhaps this individual is best known throughout the county and the state of Maine as the founder and president of the Long Lake Ice Fishing Derby. By the way, the Derby was held 2 weekends ago and registered 2,184 participants. And I have to say that these participants were not all from the valley, but they were from the county, state of Maine, and 15 other states and Canadian provinces. Keep in mind that all of the proceeds from the Derby go to the Edgar J. Parody Cancer Fund and the Northern Maine Medical Foundation. But I'm not going to give you the person's name. As big and tough as this individual is, his heart is big for this area. But his heart is also soft. As was proven the weekend of the Long Leg Fishing Derby, when an 8-year-old boy from St. David brought our Citizen of the Year candidate to tears. This boy had caught a very nice fish during the Derby and had earned 3rd place in the youth category. The boy came up to the stage to pick up his $800 prize. Our outstanding citizen candidate greeted the boy, and then the boy leaned over after he had presented the check and mentioned him to come down, and the candidates bent over and the kid whispered something in his ear. The candidate, our candidate, broke down. The boy was giving all the money, donating it to the Edgar J. Parody Cancer Fund. The audience exploded. But without giving the person's name, let me show you a clip. Anytime.
It doesn't work.
And if I gave you volume,
22 pounds, 8 ounces, 44 inches. We're going to the big boys. Muskie. 3rd place, Cohen Eagle. 22 pounds, 8 ounces, 44 inches. Good job. Hey, look at the camera. Oh my God. Okay. Take a picture. Good job. Come here. Cohen wants to donate his money to the Edgar J. Parody Cancer Fund. Wow. gonna say, he didn't give me the Colin, you're a good man.
You're not done?
Stay right here. You know, on behalf of the Maine State Legislature, each year they give the recipient of this award. It's called a legislative sentiment, and it's really a public acknowledgement of what a person has done for the community. And in this case, I'd like Lucian Daigle, please, to come up and present the whole delegation.
We have to have Roger here because Paul is in his district. And Sue Bernard would have been here tonight also, but she is doing the work down at the Capitol, working on our budget. And I'm sure that's a big concern to everybody. But tonight what's important is this: the man who has given a lot to our community and is well deserving. And I'll read the sentiment. Be it known to all that we, the members of the Senate and House of Representatives, join in recognizing Paul Bernier of Frenchville, who has been named the 2025 Citizen of the Year by the Greater Fort Kent Chamber of Commerce for his volunteerism, dedication, and contributions to the people and businesses of the Greater Fort Kent area. We extend our congratulations and best wishes. And be it ordered that this official expression of sentiment be sent forthwith on behalf of the 132nd Legislature and all the people of the state of Maine, especially the North. Thank you. There you go.
Now let me introduce the whole back row, the whole family. Get up here, come on this way. Now come on family, come this way, come to the stage. Okay, Paul.
I ain't gonna say anything without you guys coming up here. You're not coming. Fuck you. My wife is gonna pay for this. Don Raymond too.
You'll be okay, Paul. We're here.
Come on, you have these.
They asked me if I wanted a beer and I finished it about a half hour ago. No. Listen, real quick. Everybody knows by now that I'm a baby. And what happened at this year's Derby broke me. And it made me realize how important our Derby is. But standing behind me and our friends and our whole group, Don Raymond, this is what makes the Long Lake Ice Fishing Derby behind me, okay? It was a shot in the dark 20 years ago. I think we had 220 registrants on Long Lake, and the purse was $500. This year it was maximum $25,000 plus $70,000 worth of prizes. So we've grown a lot, but it's because, and I'm not going to brag because I'm not a tech guy. So this is a hell of a good machine, excuse the language, hell of a good machine, and heck of a crew. Thank you so much. And again, what happened that night with Cohen, that opened up a lot of eyes of a lot of other people of what we're doing. So thank you very much.
Hey, hang on. Hey, 1 minute, 1 minute. Oh, okay, it's not done yet.
That was Dottie that was crying?
Yes, that was Miss Dottie.
She tie-tie. She has to go have a snack.
Will you stop?
Only when you stop crying.
It's not gonna happen.
Paul, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Fort Kent Chamber of Commerce, the whole area, here is this plaque to, I guess, symbolize, our appreciation of your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No better man.
Absolutely.
How are you going to get there?
I thought we were going to You're sleeping,
Good job, Paul.
Where are you sleeping?
Congratulations again, Mr. Bernier.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone for joining us this evening, and we would like to extend a special thank you to me, you're welcome, the annual dinner committee members, Chairperson Don Daigle, Caitlin Valancourt, Macy Thibodeau, Lynn Kelly, Susie Parody, and Lana Maliak for planning this wonderful evening. A huge thank you to Sue Tardy and the University of Maine at Fort Kent for the compilation of the annual report. Angela Landine for the use and rental of the Casey Hall, and Mike Roy and crew of Sodexo for the wonderful meal this evening. I had 3 plates. Thank you to my Spanx for the assistance. Don Raymond and WFKT TV for recording and producing this evening's program. And a big thank you to our keynote speaker, Joy Gressy-Saucier.
Congratulations goes out to all tonight's award winners, and to the outgoing president, Tammy Delisle, Caitlin Valancourt, incoming president for the board of directors, and as always, we thank you for your continued support. Have a wonderful evening and stay safe. Good night. All award recipients can have a picture taken with their award as well.